What's up everybody? My name is Nate and welcome to the video that is going to destroy my subscriber count. All right, so over the years of collecting, I have bought a lot of fragrances, a lot. I don't know how many I'm up to right now. Anyway, but there's been a lot of fragrances that have not hit the mark for me. Although I am kind of sprinkling in some fragrances that I do want to pick up again that I did sell and I got rid of them and I was just like, get out of my collection. But I want to share the fragrances that I just needed to get rid of my collection. And I have some that I want to get rid of, but I mean, I'm comfortable with my collection right now. Let's start with this bad boy. Now, to be fair, I really like this fragrance. This got me a lot of attention when I was dating, when I had a nice dating life. Now it's ruined. So if Jeremy Fragrance is watching this video, your fragrances suck. No, I'm kidding. I actually want to get Office for Men again. It just kind of concerns me. There is some talks of he doesn't, fulfill orders, which is scary because if you put out, 100, he asks a lot of money for his fragrances. So when you put out, that kind of money, you expect to receive your bottle in the mail. And a lot of people say that they don't receive their bottle. That being said, Office for Men, this stuff is so nice. It worked for me so many occasions when I was wearing it for dating back in 2020 or so. I forget when I was, all the years have blended together. Anyway, I got a compliment from, the one specific compliment that really stood out to me was when I was dating. I was at this Noodles and Company with this girl and she said, your cologne smells fucking amazing. And it was a nice compliment. The air was like wafting towards her and it was nice. It was nice. It was a good compliment. That night was successful. Thanks, Jeremy. All right, the next one is CH Men Privé. This stuff was amazing. This is really good. It was sweet, leathery, and it was cozy too. This was really good. I got rid of it because I was an idiot. The main reason I got rid of it is because I was going through a rough time and I needed some extra cash. And I sold it for I sold the big bottle for like 120 bucks, which was way more than I got it for. I bought this one back in like 2018 or so. I don't know if that timeline is right, but I bought it for right around 50 bucks or so. So I got it for 50, sold it for 120, and now you can't find it anywhere. This one is a boozy, leathery fragrance. It's kind of spicy, but it's very sweet. You got that like nice sweetness in here. This one was good. It hurt to get rid of it, but you had to do what you gotta do. The next one, I actually want to get this one back in my collection because this was a guilty pleasure of mine. I wore half a bottle of this and I got rid of it, for the same reason as the other one. I just needed extra cash, so I just sold it. But this one broke my heart a little bit because I actually like this one. It's a guilty pleasure though. This one smells like Declaration d'un Soir. It smells like a rose champagne kind of thing. Pretty nice. It was my fragrance that I would wear to like bed and like just chilling out. But it was more of a relaxing fragrance for me. It smelled just so fantastic, and I got rid of it mainly because I was like, when am I going to actually wear this? Because I wore half a bottle when I was just lounging about, when I was just, not even caring. That's when I was wearing this. I wasn't wearing it to events or anything like that, or work. But it's like a fresh, spicy rose kind of I got a champagne vibe from it. This is one of the best rose fragrances. And actually, Jeremy Fragrance turned me on to this fragrance. So he was like, this is the best rose fragrance of all time. And I was like, gotta get it. Because I bought every fragrance reviewer shill thing out there. When I was watching fragrance content every day, I would buy whatever. Speaking of buying whatever, this is one I bought. Okay, so let me get this clear. This is all right, okay? It smells like a very, intense ambroxan, aquatic, citrus marine kind of thing. It's shower gel. This is a shower gel bomb. You smell like Axe, or not Axe, Old Spice, swagger that you just like doused yourself with. It's powerful, it's potent, it smells like a douchebag that uses too much shower gel. It smells like a locker room for, you know, a high school locker room that just has swagger body spray all over. Anyway, this is pretty aquatic, it's powerful, it's sweet, it's amber. I digged it a little bit. I wore it only like twice before I got rid of it because I was just like, this is just so shower gel. I don't know, it turned me off. A lot of people love this one. It is discontinued and I sold this one, and a lot of these that I sold, you know, have been discontinued for a while. So it's like, God, why did I do this? Anyway, a lot of people love it. It's just not my cup of tea. And I actually picked it up from TJ Maxx. It was a discounter find that I got, which was cool. I was like, wow, this is a good find. This is a really good find here. All right, this one, I actually threw this one in the trash. I pulled it out of my car and threw it into the trash. Now that might be a little hasty. I get that, I understand that, but this one smells like the 90s. It just smells super. I bought this one because my manager, when I was working at Walgreens, shout out to you Walgreens, my manager was wearing this one. And I was like, dude, you smell really good. What are you wearing? And he was like, why are you smelling me? It was a little awkward for a minute there. But then he said Polo Black, and so I needed to get it in my collection. So I bought this one in California, and I'm pretty sure I got a fake bottle because it was just not smelling right. It smelled a little weird and off, but it was all right. It wasn't like crazy good, but I'm pretty sure it was a fake. Before I knew about Fragrantica or Fragcom, anything. It was like, this was the OG Nate fragrance that I threw in the trash. And it deserves to be in the trash because it's a shit fragrance. I just triggered a lot of people. All right, this one I recently picked up and I sold it because I was not a big fan of the cardamom in here. This is a cardamom bomb. This one has the spice cranked up to absolute 11, and it kind of just, it put me into Nosmic, you know. So it's very woody, aromatic, and very, very spicy. Cardamom was in the top, or cardamom is in the top, cinnamon, sandalwood, and labdanum. So this is a very, very dense cinnamon cardamom smell, and it just put me off. It's very dark, and it's not pleasant for me at all. I ended up throwing this one in the trash. And by trash, I mean eBay. But you know, I thought I was gonna like it. I thought I was going to enjoy it, but this was a blind buy for me. Not a safe blind buy, but it was a blind buy nevertheless. All right, here's one I threw right into the trash. This one, Encre Noir. This one was super weird. It smelled like a swimming pool. It smelled like a chlorine swimming pool. And that I think comes from the cypress in here. So you have this earthy vetiver, this darkness, and this like cypress character. It almost felt like I was wearing a dark cloud all the time. I liked it. It was super unique, but the whole hype about this one years ago, the hype about this one was, this is niche quality in a cheap bottle. I mean, nowadays it's like, give me a break. There's like Lattafa, you know, there's Fragrance World, there's all these different Middle Eastern houses that are doing exceptional quality, way better than this for a fraction, for 20 bucks. I just ordered, you know, a few clones that are just like exceptional quality. And it's like, you know, the time has passed where Encre Noir is niche quality. It's silly. But I wore Encre Noir sparingly. I wore it like 3 times, and every time I wore it, I had to convince myself like, okay, today is the day I'm gonna wear Encre Noir and give it a total, and it was just like, I had to fight my way through it. And it was like, why am I fighting my way through a fragrance? Just throw it in the trash. So I dumped it into the trash, and no regrets. People are like, why don't you sell it? Fuck that. I don't want anybody to smell like this. All right, this is gonna trigger a lot of people. A lot of people. So I don't like this one. I liked it for a little while. I wore quite a significant amount. And then when I started collecting more and more, I realized how just poor this is mixed. And I'm gonna trigger a lot of people here. So this one is a Bleu de Chanel kind of inspired by fragrance. But nowadays, with all the different inspired by fragrances out there, there's no reason that you should be spraying this on your skin. There are a ton of different clones to smell like Bleu de Chanel there, and this one just doesn't hit the mark. It's very lavender heavy and this like spicy aspect in there that I just don't get on. And I say this really sparingly because I did wear a lot of this. I wore almost a half a bottle of this, but every time I wore it, I just thought of it as the lesser quality of Bleu de Chanel. It always stood out to me as just this poor version of Bleu de Chanel, and it just destroyed my confidence, and it's just like, why am I wearing this? Straight to the trash. Now, mind you, it's an all right fragrance. You smell fresh and clean, but that spicy nuance in there, and there's this like earthy, not totally earthy, but this like weirdness going on. It just smells powdery, spicy weirdness. And that's just my opinion, but you know, it went straight to the trash. Now, it's all right if this is like your only fragrance in your collection, but as I started collecting more, I realized how kind of just poor the mix is in here. I just didn't find it fit me, but that's just my opinion. All right, Armaf Tresnut. All right, so this is a clone of Green Irish Tweed, and I did throw this one away for two reasons. The bottle looks stupid, and the second reason is I left it at the house of my ex-girlfriend that I had a ring for her. I was gonna marry this chick. She broke my heart. Classic. This was my fragrance at her house, and I would wear this, you know, whenever we went out, because I would just spray it on whenever I stayed over. Anyway, it's all right. This is a good fragrance. It's kind of synthetic, but it's nice. It's really nice. And I have gotten over my whole problem with this DNA, okay? There's plenty of fish in the sea. Unfortunately, there's a lot of crabs too. I'm not saying I have crabs. That's not what I'm trying to. She's a wonderful girl and I love her dearly, even though fuck her, she broke my heart. Speaking of breaking people's hearts, Oud for Glory. This stuff is terrible. I still have it over there and it needs to go in the trash, but I have a soft spot for it. It's like, you know, I think my video that I did that I hated this is like one of my top videos. So a lot of people agree, I guess. So this is an amazing fragrance that should be in your collection. Oud for Glory. So this one is a warm spicy. It's heavy patchouli. It's got this soft saffron character in here, but it's very, very heavy. If you wear this, you smell like a cloud of darkness. That's going to, like, this is Optimus Prime fragrance. Or what is the Decepticons? The evil Transformers, that's this fragrance. And this deserves to be at the bottom of the ocean where no one can smell it. Where if you smell anything, you just drown. That's where this needs to be. I've tried to give this one plenty chances. It's just super patchouli, woody. It's just too much for me. A lot of people love it. A lot of people are like, this is the best. It's going to get you a wife, apparently. And I just don't believe anybody. I think they're full of shit. All right, this one recently I sold because I could not get past how heavy the sweetness is in here. They cranked up the sweetness to absolute maximum sweetness, and it just is so off-putting. Now, mind you, it would be a good going out fragrance. Like if you are going to the club and you are having a good time, you wear this one and you're going to be smelling amazing the whole night through, and you're gonna be smelling like this vanilla amber cloud. It's really a good projector, good performer, but this thing is, this is not a work fragrance. This is not a casual fragrance. This is designed specifically for obnoxious events. That's what this is. And you have to think about it. When are you going out to obnoxious bars and clubs to wear this? So that doesn't justify a big 100 ml bottle, unless you're a party guy, totally worth it. But I don't know, it's just really sweet. Vanilla amber is just, it's intense. I sold my bottle, I got rid of it. I like the original Victory. The original Victory is a lot better because it doesn't just pow down on the sweetness. It has a little bit more going on. This is just sweetness, sweeter. It's terrible. If you made it to the end of this video without punching your computer screen, well done. Let me know in the comments down below, what are some fragrances that you owned in the past that you either threw away, got rid of, or let me know some of the fragrances that you did get rid of and you want to get them back in your collection. I would love to know in the comments down below. Remember, this is all subjective. If you love one of the fragrances that I mentioned in here, don't come around me. I'm kidding. It's all subjective. Everyone likes what they like. And especially too, I've complimented people who have worn these out and about. I'm like, hey, you smell really nice. What are you wearing? They would say something and I'd be like, oh, I hate that fragrance, but it smells good on you. So don't take any of this personally. I love you all. We'll see you next time.